does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. Today we're excited to check out the Tossed Salad game from Games Adults Play. This is for 2 or more teams, taking about 15 to 30 minutes to play, and it's for ages 18 plus. Yes, an adults-only party game. There's lots of double entendres, there's lots of sex jokes, there's lots of stuff like that that are going on in this game. But this is a very simple trivia game in which you are going to have a word written on a piece of paper that kind of looks like a piece of tossed salad, and then you are going to be trying to get your team to guess what word is on the paper without obviously using the words on the paper. But this also has a times uppy style mechanism where you could play an optional round 2 and round 3 where it will get more difficult and you'll be more restricted as to how you can get people to guess those particular words. It's a light, simple adult party game, but is it good? Let's open it up. I'll tell you what I think. Alright then, we're going to take a look at what's going to get inside of Tossed Salad game. So first and foremost, we have our handy dandy rule book. It is one circle, no pictures, no illustrations, but honestly it should have you up and running in no time at all. All the information you need is right over here. This is if you want to play the more advanced times uppier version, which has a round 2 and a round 3, which get way more difficult as you progress through the game. So in Tossed Salad, what you're going to do is you're going to be breaking up into teams, and then one person each turn is going to have the opportunity to try and get as many points as they can by having people guess what the words on each of these different pieces of salad are. And that, hence the joke, comes in a salad bowl. It looks kind of like salad when it's all crumpled up. So let's just show you how the game works. You're going to set a timer. You're going to have 1 minute. Everybody's going to have 1 minute. Yeah, I imagine they have a timer, or you could just use the timer on your phone. And you're going to reach into here and you're going to start grabbing words and trying to describe those words. So let's just go ahead and go. So crop dusting. So this is where I can say pretty much everything I want to say except for those 2 words right there. So I would say farting and then walking away from someone, and then someone would probably get it. So boom, crop dusting. Now I want to get more points. The orange ones have asterisks on them, which means they're double entendres. So a bucking bronco is apparently a sexual act in addition to being, you know, an actual bucking bronco. And this one is really difficult to get someone to correctly guess the wording. So I might say, okay. 2 words. Okay. Second word, my favorite football team. And somebody might say Broncos. I say, okay. No, it's the first word. When a horse tries to kick you off. And so yeah, I actually might have got that one pretty easy. So bucking bronco. Now since I did not get the sexual meaning of the word, I didn't describe it as the sexual meaning, I would only gain 1 point for the asterisk. Whereas if I actually knew what a bucking bronco was, let's try one of these. Let's see if I know this one. Open it all up nice and neat, and it is Abe Lincoln. Not quite sure what that sexual act is. Let's go ahead. Now in the real game you couldn't just pass. It says and I quote, tough titty. So if you do not know one of these just in general, like one of the green ones, and there are some that you probably might not know, then you're kind of hosed. So the Houdini, I think that's the one where I think that's where you're doing it in the back, and then you just real fast pull out, turn in front of her, and then just shoot in her face. I don't know. I guess that would be my description. And then someone would say Houdini, and I'd say high five, 3 points. Yeah. Let's show you some more of the words. So we have bearded clam, which once again, I don't know what a bearded clam is. You would have to do that one word by word. Outer course, which, yeah, could you? Yeah, come on. Who's gonna guess this? Who's going to guess this? Because I don't even think you can say not intercourse. Let me see. Because you can't use part of the word. As soon as I guess... Yeah. Yeah, it's really difficult. Yeah. So anyway, you're going to go that for a minute. And then you're going to collect the points that you got guessed correctly. So, hey, I got those points, and you mark them down because you might use those later if you play the more advanced version. Then the person who's doing the clue reading for the next team would go, and then they'd go for a minute, and then it'd get back to you, and then not you would go, but someone else on your team would go. So everyone's going to have different turns to try and be the salad reader, and everybody gets a turn to do it, or you go until the bowl runs out, at which point you total the points. Whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. Now, if you want to play the more advanced times uppy version of the game, you put all the clues back in that people guessed correctly. So like the Abe Lincoln or the Houdini or whatever that might not have gotten guessed correctly, do not go back in the bowl. And it's just the things that did correctly get guessed in the bowl. And now you play the game again, but with restrictions that you can only say 3 words. So you have to say just 3 words, which is going to make it, very, very different. So Abe Lincoln would be like, I was assassinated. Then people would probably get Abe Lincoln. And you start to make these little inside jokes about the words and stuff, similar to how it works in Time's Up. And then if you do round 3, that's when it gets absolutely nuts. That's when you can't talk at all. You just have to, kind of do charades, which is, what I'll tell you in the pros. It's actually a lot of fun. But there you go. That's what you're going to get inside of Tossed Salad Game. Alrighty then, Tossed Salad Game from Games Adult Play. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, I gotta get out of the way. Just the hugest con that I have with this game is the fact that you could literally, and I want to use that word sparingly here, literally, very easily make a copy of this game if you have a printer. So if you have a DeskJet printer, you could make this game in probably, I don't want to undersell it, 40 minutes. You know what? That is underselling it. Okay, you don't even need a DeskJet printer. As long as you have a group of people who have perverted and funny minds around you, you could make this game in lots of hands, makes quick work, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I'm not even kidding. You take a pair of scissors, you get, 3 pieces of paper, line them up, strip, cut it all out, and then have people write down funny things that'd be like, all right, don't make stupid stuff like Outer Course that it's going to be impossible to guess, but make funny stuff, dirty stuff, sexual stuff, fart stuff, all that sort of stuff. Put it in here. I got this bowl that I have left over from my Fazoli's. I just wiped it down. Boom, we got ourselves a game. So there's my biggest con of this game. And it makes it really hard to review this game, knowing that you could very easily create this game yourself. And they even give you extra pieces, so you can create the game even more, which we did. We put a couple in there, and that was like, wow, we could have done this game ourselves. Now, I'm done harking on that point. I've mentioned it. It's annoying, but there you go. So, continuing on to the cons, some of the words are just dumb. It's like, I'm not going to get this. Like Outer Course. I had 2 times that come up, and because, you go through everything most of the time. And someone just said the opposite of intercourse, and they were stuck. And they're like, "Can I switch words?" And I was like, "No, the rules won't let you." Now you could obviously house rule it to make it so that you can skip words, but it's not as fun. And I think it's really going to water down the level 2 and level 3 of the game, because part of the fun is when you finally do get that word and then know if you're playing on the 3 rounds that, oh, that word is coming up again. So we're going to have to find some way that we're going to remember that word, but now only with 3 words as opposed to as many as you want the first round. So that aspect was a little dumb, that some of the words are really sticking hard to guess. And then also some of the words, they're like the sex acts. Like, it feels like somebody just got on Urban Wikipedia or whatever that is, and just looked up the dirty sex acts and was like, oh, this one will work, that one will work, nobody's heard of this one, we'll put that one in there. So I really wish they would have, in finer print, in smaller print, written exactly what the sex act was. I think that would have been great. I think that also would have been humorous as well, and it would have been worth it alone when someone's reading the word and you have some 4-year-old soccer mom and she's just sitting there giggling, learning about what a Houdini or a Devil's Triangle is, because it damn sure isn't a drinking game. Whoa, getting political. So continuing on with the cons. That's about, it's an adult party game. It's a light, simple adult party game. There's not much strategy to this game at all, except for clearly try and get people to guess what your words are. Now, if you want to play round 2 and round 3, then there does become more strategy, because you kind of really have to remember and be able to throw back to what people said the first round and kind of build off what they utilized in order to use your 3 words. And the third round, which is just absolutely bonkers. I played it once when it was actually, we played all 3 rounds, and it was absolutely nuts. But continuing on to the pros. It's a really hard one to review, like I mentioned, but it's a fun game. Like, if that's what you're wondering, this is a really fun game. You are going to laugh a lot at this game, and the more you drink, the more the game is going to be fun. And it also is a lot of fun when people start writing in new things as well and making up new things as well, and that happened when we were playing the game as well. So if that's what you're wondering, there you go. So in the end, here's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a good adult party game. It's fun, it's humorous, people will laugh. Now, should you buy it? That's the next question. And that really boils down to you. For me personally, I would never buy this. I'm a very cheap, frugal person, and when I looked at these components and I said, oh my gosh, this is just pieces of paper cut up with dirty words on them inside of a bowl that I used to manufacture, by the way. I used to manufacture bowls like this in a factory. Terrible job. But that, no, I'm not going to pay $15 for this. I'm not going to pay $20 for your salad bowl full of paper. And that's really what I thought when I first looked at this game. And you know, I have since played it and had a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying the game, and I'm not going to keep the game. I'm going to let my buddy keep the game, who keeps pretty much all the party games that I get, so it's not really a knock on the game. I just couldn't get over that. So for me personally, a very hard game to recommend. Now, if you don't mind that, and you're just like, I want a fun experience, I want to have fun with some buddies and who don't mind the double entendres and some ladies, because I guess your buddies could be ladies, whatever. I want to have fun with a group of people who want to get drunk and talk about dirty stuff and have double entendres. This is the game for you. It's easy to learn, it's easy to teach, and I like it. It's a fun game that I will be playing in the future because it'll be at my buddy's house. So there you go. That is Tossed Salad Game from Games Adults Play. If you enjoyed this video, please sure to click on that subscribe button down below. In the comments below, let me know, what is the game that has the cheapest looking components that you have ever seen? For me personally, I do believe it's now Tossed Salad. I mean, I've seen some really bad components, and I've seen stuff in prototypes a lot of the time, which I'm not even counting. But in finished games, especially older games, I've seen some terrible components. But I don't think I've ever seen one that's just bad as this. Hey, here's paper, crinkle it up, throw it in a salad bowl, and boom, you're good to go. Oh, you want an expansion? You want an expansion? Here you go. Here's your expansion right on these pieces of paper. So yeah, I think it's this one. But let me know in the comments below. Is there something worse component-wise out there? Because I would really be interested in that one. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.